talk about some things that I've been learning and some big milestones in my life, as of yet in life. On Saturday night, I went, okay, get this, this is like the craziest thing I've done in a really long time. I did this event with a friend. So as many of you know, I've been dating, or trying to, and my friend signed me up for this event called Pitch Your Single Friend. Pitch Your Single Friend. And so my friend basically did a PowerPoint presentation, like 5 minutes long, and she showed it to like all my coworkers and my friends. I work with her at the coffee shop, and she presented a PowerPoint on why people should date me in front of 200 people. 200 people. And hopefully, if I remember, I'll check out this video that I'm gonna put right here. But you can kind of get a gist of the scope and scale of it. So I guess I'll just tell you a little bit. Like, it was in downtown LA, and I had no idea what the presentation was gonna be like. Like, I wanted it to be a surprise. There were 15 presentations out of 200 applications, and I was really impressed with how they formatted everything, because the way that it was organized was by this. They sent in the PowerPoints, but like everyone else had to buy tickets to go, basically, to go and show up. And they didn't just do general admissions. They actually categorized, they're like men looking for men, women looking for men, women looking for women. And so they're trying to get a plethora of different types of people. Although, stay with me and I'll tell you how that actually turned out. It didn't turn out very well. But the event, so everyone's like sitting at these chairs, and they basically watch you present, right? And then there's this QR code that people will scan, and has all the people's dating names on it. And you basically scan it, and then you would click the name of the person you're interested, and then get this. You would think, oh, like, you would give your information to that person, right? That information. So I think it's like, the question is like, why do you think you're compatible, and like, what's their Instagram handle? That goes to the person that is presenting their friend. So my friend gets to vet everyone that was interested in me. And I thought that was very cool. I'll do my highs and lows of that event. So it ended up, we got there at 6. Oh my god, get this. It was a crazy day. We were supposed to get there at 6. We got there at 6:45 because my car died. My car was in my parking spot. I have tandem parking outside my apartment, so it's like car behind car, and my car was in there, in our spot, but it was dead. The battery had died. And I was supposed to drive me and my friend there, so we ended up Ubering, and then we started Ubering, and then my roommate forgot her key, so then we had to Uber back. And then we Ubered back to the event, and we were kind of freaking out because we were supposed to get there at 6. We got there at 6:45. The event was supposed to start at 7:30. But I shit you not, we walk in, and the what do you call that? The pre-organizing of that, like the dress rehearsal, literally much have this mindset of curiosity and like low stakes, and I love that I have gotten there. So I'm on stage and I'm just kind of like making a silly fool of myself. But my favorite thing is I get to watch my friend, who is a recently new friend, let alone like we worked at the coffee shop together, and it's been like a year. But she has taught me so much about life recently, to the point where I feel very blessed to have met her. I don't know if you have people in your life where you meet them, and the funny thing is, off the bat, I never would have thought we would have been friends. I was very turned off by her when I first met her. I thought she was very cool, but very icy, very icy, very icy. I thought she didn't really like me. I thought I knew who she was, and who I thought she was someone that I thought would be flaky. Was kind of like, very loud and out there, but not very with it. And I learned through her, by hanging out with her enough, because we're coworkers, that everything that she puts out into the world is actually very her. She's guarded because, she has boundaries for herself, but she's authentically herself. She is so loving towards other people in life. She is the type of person where you'll ask her, and I'm like, how's your day going? She's like, amazing. She loves hanging out with people, meeting new people, and we, just like you and me, we all have our, our, I wouldn't say blind spots, but things that we're sensitive about, right? And we can react, and no one's perfect, but her authenticity, her, showing up as herself every day, wearing bright colored hair and wearing whatever fun clothes and having tattoos, has been very inspiring to me. And the way she makes her friends feel so loved, so seen, and this presentation, I could just tell she put in time, and she was just so sweet. My favorite thing about the presentation was and I hope you get this experience, it's such a cool blessing to be able to see yourself through your friends' eyes. Sometimes, I did the LA Marathon, as many of you know, and I gave her, she came by herself at the end of it to hug me, and I do remember doing this, but I didn't really think much of it. But I gave her a heat shield. So us marathon runners, you see them before, like runners, they have heat shields. Because it's really weird, but after the marathon, so you're running and you're hot, but then right when you stop running, you get immediately cold. And so you wrap this blanket around you to regulate your temperature, because think about it, you've been sweating for like 4 hours, and then you immediately stop running, and so your body's really gets confused. But she was there backstage, back like near the exit when I finished, and I gave her my heat shield, and I took a picture of her, and she said in the presentation, she's like, this is the type of person Nick is. On his day, he gave me like the heat shield and did this really like kind thing for me when he didn't have to, and it just felt like, I'm not saying that to brag, you know that, I'm just saying like, it was just really nice to feel appreciated and to realize that actually made an impact, and that actually meant something to her, because I didn't really think twice of it, but I did it because, I wanted her to feel loved and seen, and the fact that, that was acknowledged, I realized was a really, really important thing to me. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of times where I feel like I'm nice to people, I do things for people, and sometimes they just think, oh, they don't even see it. And I've gotten to a place in my life where I'm okay with that, because I'm like, out of the blue tell you that they really appreciated it. It felt really nice. And so during the entire presentation, I was just smiling at her, looking at her, and just felt really loved and, special. And it was cool. I really hope all of you get to do that one day. I was talking to my therapist today about it, and she was like, well, yeah, it sounds very cool because in most of our lives we don't get a chance to celebrate who we are. It's either a wedding or funerals, and the fact that that got to happen was really nice. So we did that, and then we went to go get McDonald's. This woman had never gone to McDonald's before, and so we ate that. We stood in the drive-thru because the McDonald's was closed, and then we ate on the bench, and we walked home. And once we got back to downtown, but I know a lot of you probably are asking, I don't think I got any hits for the dates. My negative for this dating event was that the people weren't that good. I think the crowd was, I think the crowd was a little bit, mostly women. Women, you guys are awesome, but I'm not gonna limit myself. I swing both ways, but mostly into guys, and I don't know. It just the people there didn't seem really like my type, so I'm not surprised. I also haven't asked my friend, but the QR process seemed kind of tedious, and it's kind of weird, right? Because you're looking at this pitch about these people, like if you're an alliance member, and then you learn everything about them. And it was a really weird feeling, like everything finishing, and then being there and realizing everyone knew everything about my life. Like, imagine someone knowing, like, your childhood, your goals, your fears, like, these strangers. So it was weird, so we got out as fast as I could, and, but it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was crazy. So I'm on, like, the opposite side of LA from downtown, basically, and we were like, oh, no, we're not gonna know anyone there. But guess what? As me and my friend, we work at the coffee shop, a coffee shop regular showed up, and not only showed up, got pitched at this event. So that was wild. But I don't know if I'll find love that way. I'm in a place right now where I really want love, but I actually feel like I'm on the precipice of discovering something soon. A new update that all of you members already know about. So if you ever just want like more information, or if you just want to support the channel, please click the first link in the bio down below. It means the world to me. It helps me fund this channel by like getting this camera and this microphone and everything. But I told them, and I'm gonna tell you now, I got a tattoo. I followed through with what I wanted to do, and I got a tattoo, my first tattoo ever. And you might be like, oh, that's cool, but for me, it's a very big deal. I grew up in a family that, we just put a lot of emphasis on tattoos, and no one in my family really has tattoos, and so, you know what, I have my friend who's covered in tattoos, and, I know it's permanent and everything, but I also think it's important to, I just really love it. I love the meaning. It's based off my short film. It's 2 flowers. It's in a place where I can sort of hide it, but also not. And I'm just glad I did it for me. So I did that. And I'm very happy I did it. It was very interesting the day that I did it. I was feeling very, as my therapist said, I'm new to therapy too. That's why I'm like, I highly recommend it. It's nice having someone to talk to about stuff. But I was very ambivalent, meaning, I used to think ambivalent meant like can't decide, but that's not what ambivalence is. Ambivalence is actually feeling very strongly about both sides of a decision. So ambivalence is actually feeling strongly for and then strongly against. Strongly is patience, but I actually think I was patient the day I got my tattoo, even though it feels like it was kind of not impulsive. It hasn't been impulsive. I wanted it for 6 months. And it turned out very well, which I love. But on that day, I allowed myself to basically be like, hey, if you don't want to get it, you don't have to. I can be like, you can walk away, like you don't need to. But there are so many things on that day, so many signs. I was very like hyper aware of how I was feeling. I was just like, let me just see what the world is telling me. And that day, I actually got on a phone call with another friend of mine that I haven't spoken to for a year ago. If you remember my old rambles, it's actually the guy that I told I had a crush on him. Remember that impulse video? There's an impulse video. I don't know if you can even dig it up, but I basically asked you guys if I was supposed to. I had this strong. I really wanted to tell this boy that I really had a crush on him, but we've been friends for a really long time, and they lived in New York, and I ended up telling him, and it wasn't reciprocated, and it was but our friendship is still decent, and it's good, and we had a really deep talk, and I admire him. I do. I don't know, I'm in a place in my life right now too where I'm like, I love people that love me, and if people don't love me, I don't love them. But he loves me in a sense, so we're figuring it out. But anyways, that a whole other side tangent. But gosh, just spilling my soul on this thing. Get this video a like if you made it this far. Yikes. But this boy, we were chatting, and he basically started talking to me about signs, and how he believes in signs. Numbers and all of that, and how he's been looking for them. And we finished our talk, and I just, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then the rest of the day, I ended up finding signs in my real life that indicated for me to go get the tattoo, which was really cool. One of them is that the day of the tattoo was one of my lucky numbers. Another thing is, on the way to the tattoo, I actually got an email that Flowers, my short film, which is what my tattoo is based off of, got into a film festival, which was very cool. And I also totally cried once I saw the tattoo on me. Totally broke down. I looked in the mirror and I started crying because I was just so happy. I don't know. Please be kind in the comments about this. This is stuff that is very sensitive to me, but also I share because, why not? But I was very, very happy about it. And let me know down below what your tattoo experience is too, if it's positive. I know we all have our different ones. We're all different people, right? But I was very moved by getting it. I was very happy about it. And I had mixed emotions the days after. Like, I was kind of like, whoa. I was like, oh my god, I have it. And I was like, oh my god, I have a tattoo. And at the end of the day, tattoos are permanent, but they're also not. I can get it removed if I ever need to, and you can do. And I think it's important to live life in a way that you allow yourself to experience things at least once. And nothing is as high stakes as you make it. Nothing is as important as you think it is, I promise. We're all going to end up in the same place anyway, so allow yourself to experience the things that might scare you. And if there's a thing that you're not doing because it frightens you, because you're afraid of, this is how I felt with my tattoo, I was afraid of what I would think about it in the future. Do the thing. Do it. Because you're never going to know what you are going to think about it in the future. If you aren't going to do something because you're afraid of it, but you would do it because you are excited, it means something. 100% you shouldn't. And most times in our life, it will be, okay, 80% you do it and 20 you don't. But a lot of the things we do might be habitual. Like, you might be used to, let's say, like, you're going to the grocery store getting food. You don't think about those things because we have already given ourselves the green light. But I promise that just because something seems scary or something feels hard to do, or you're unsure about it, it doesn't mean it's the wrong decision, okay? Because every decision will come with that. You're never going to be 100% sure. We're not supposed to be. You can't be 100% sure about anything. And I think it's about taking calculated risks, right? Taking calculated risks, but also don't strangle yourself and suffer over if you're making a right decision or not. The wrong decision is making no decision. And if you think you're going to be more miserable by not doing something than doing it, then do it. Allow yourself to get peace of mind. It sometimes feels better to know you make a mistake because you can correct it, than live in a world where you won't even allow yourself to make mistakes. It's always better to make a mistake and correct it than to never have made a mistake at all and just live in a world of neutrality, in my opinion. Also, learning too that we can surprise ourselves. Like, I'm in a place right now too in life, and it's giving me peace, and hopefully I'll discover something soon where I'm allowing myself to really try and not have limits. Yeah, I used to really want to be an actor, and yeah, I want to be a director and write, but also maybe I want to go to business school, and maybe I want to, move back home, and maybe I want to fall in love with a woman or a man, or maybe I want to ride a motorcycle. Maybe I do want a 9-to-5 job. Maybe I do want to do YouTube full time, right? We can have it all. We can live in a space where we want multiple things that contradict each other, and I think, we should give ourselves permission to rediscover ourselves, and for you, just like me, to, stay curious. This is a heads up on what our next month's intention is, but join us next month. At the beginning of the month, I do a video at the beginning of every single month of this year. So we started in February, so not January, but February. And it's a mantra. It's something that we're going to be trying to see how it changes our lives. This month it has been patience, but next month I think I'm leaning towards curiosity. Because it's important. Stay curious. Do the things in life that make you curious. That's what I want to do. So, we can have it all. We can live in the unknown. You can live in the unknown. And life also doesn't need to be this hard. Okay? I know we make it hard because we feel like we need to. Like, it's as if it's a passage of stuff. But if you can make your life easier, do it. Okay? Go for it. We're supposed to enjoy this journey too, and there's no right or wrong. And like I said, it's better to make a mistake than to not even try. I think making mistakes is where life happens. Think about it. Think about how many people made mistakes to fall in love. They're like, oh my god, I didn't want to fall in love, but I'm just gonna go for it, and then beautiful things happen. And even if they thought it was gonna be a mistake, I don't know. I'm not your parent. I'm not, but be safe and stuff. Be smart in the sense of actually, don't just do things randomly, impulsively, but you know me. Feel your soul. What do you actually want to do? If I could ask you right now, what would you do in life? Who do you want to be? What do you want to make people feel like? Who do you want to support? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be around? Allow yourself to actually answer those questions, and don't judge it, because honestly, that's the way to happiness. Just allow yourself to actually understand what you really want. And I know it might feel weird, because maybe a lot of people might not understand why you want the things you want, but they don't need to. They don't need to, and maybe you, if they don't understand, maybe you need to find people that do. So that's kind of what I'm learning. It's a whole hodgepodge of stuff. I'm not meaning to vent